Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And somebody sent me this file and they needed for 6mm wood. So we take the parallel dimension tool, and it's a little hard to measure because it's got these bad spots and rounded corners. So the best way to measure something like that would be to take a 2-point line and go from like that edge to that edge. Now you've got a good line, and then take the parallel dimension tool and go from that edge, start moving, hold down the control button, and you see it's just 5.1 millimeters. We're going to address that later, but we're going to get rid, let me get rid of this line, we're going to get rid of these bad spots. And if you notice, they're on the inside, or they're on the outside of this object. But they're actually on the inside, so I'm wrong, they're on the inside of the object. So if we take a rectangle and select the whole thing, and then let's change so that rectangle is 641, let's change it, our nudge factor to 650, and take our smart fill tool and fill in this rectangle and nudge it over, and also fill in these circles and nudge them over. And what that did also is that whoever drew this drew these lines where they're not connected. So with doing this, they'll be connected. So we can actually get rid of all this. And then we can left click, right click. I'm going to do them in red, because that to me makes a hairline. And then we'll go to object and break the curve apart to get rid of this outer line. So what that did do, it made these corners square. Now, this also has a rounded corner that is going to make it real difficult to make them longer, but we could make we could make this longer. So if you remember right, we had 5.1, so if we change it to 0.9 millimeters, and it's still going to be a little bit difficult, but you see all the nodes that you'd have to select, and I would go ahead and get rid of these nodes that we don't need because they could possibly get in the way. So let's move over here and zoom in on this end so we can get rid of that node and that node. Now, there's two ways to look at this. It'll be a lot easier to grab these nodes than it will be to grab these nodes. So if you kind of zoom in so you can see and grab the shape tool, and then grab, and then just keep holding down your left mouse button and just zoom over. Now you've got all those selected, and now we can nudge them up. So now they are 6 millimeters. We can test it by doing the exact same thing with a 2-point line. Go from edge to edge, grab our parallel dimension tool, start moving, and then hold down the control button. So now you see we have 6 millimeters. I still do not like those circles or those rounded corners. I'm going to show you a way to fix that. Now, since we went in with this, we need to go in with this. So we'll grab those two nodes and just hit the left arrow key. Now, the good thing about that, there's 4 pieces to this, and 2 of them are identical. So we've already done this one. I'd go ahead and get rid of that node and that node. They're not necessary. Let's zoom in and get that last one. Actually get rid of that one. And now, what I was saying about, so this one's complete. All you have to do is Control D and make a duplicate and move it over. And then you can delete this one and we don't have to change it. And then I would just do the same thing. Now this one you're going to have to go outward in these. Well, let's just do them real quick. Then I'm going to make another video on how to, well, see, this is going to be the curve part. And it's kind of hard to select all those nodes. So I'm going to stop and make another video on how you could get rid of those curved lines. And like I said, so you've already got this one done. All you'd have to do is do this one. Now, when you move it inside, you're going to have to move all these nodes. And I don't like, we'll just do part of them. That's going to make your tray just a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller. So I'm going to pause or stop the video and show you how to get rid of these curved lines. They're pretty neat, but they're going to leave a little bit of a gap when you put your pieces together. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.